The sun rises over the coral reef, and its light cuts through the turquoise water in shimmering beams. Down below, among the algae-covered rock crevices, one of the ocean's oldest and most fascinating rituals begins. Schools of small fish scatter through the coral branches. Sea fans sway gently with the current, and the whole reef seems to wake up slowly, inch by inch, as the light spreads across the sand. Somewhere among the coral heads, a cleaner fish, small, striped in blue and black, slips out of its hiding spot. It doesn't wander aimlessly. It swims with purpose straight to a specific point on the reef, a patch of coral that looks, at first glance, like any other. But it isn't. Scientists have a name for this place: a cleaning station. It functions almost like a clinic, a fixed address that the reef's residents and its visitors know by heart. And this is where giants of the sea come looking for help. But before we dive deeper into this story, if you're enjoying discovering the secrets of wildlife, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos, and leave a comment telling us which city you're watching from. We'd love to know where each of you following these nature stories is tuning in from. Now, back to the reef. The first shadow appears on the blue horizon. It's big, slow, imposing. A gray reef shark approaches the cleaning station, its silhouette cutting through the water with an ease that betrays just how much power it carries. For any other fish on the reef, this would be a scene of panic, a signal to flee and hide among the rocks. But here, the rules are different. The shark slows down. Its powerful tail stops thrashing, and its whole body seems to relax. It slowly opens its gills and its jaw, full of sharp teeth. It isn't a threat. It's an invitation. The cleaner fish doesn't hesitate. It swims straight into the predator's mouth, past rows of teeth that could end its life in an instant. Between those teeth, bits of trapped flesh, tiny parasites, and bacteria build up after every hunt, an invisible mess left behind by a life of chasing prey. The little fish works fast, pecking and cleaning every corner, every fold of skin around the gills, moving with the precision of a surgeon who has done this 1,000 times before. The shark stays perfectly still, as if in a trance, its enormous body suspended in the blue water like a statue. For a few seconds, the ocean's most feared predator places its survival in the hands, or rather the fins, of a creature 1,000 times smaller than itself. There is no violence here, no chase, no fear. Only an old, unspoken agreement. Meanwhile, other clients start lining up, as though word of the cleaning station's opening had spread silently through the reef overnight. A flat manta ray glides silently and hovers over the reef, its enormous wing-like fins barely moving, as if waiting its turn with the patience of a creature that has all the time in the world. A green sea turtle, its shell covered in algae and small parasitic crustaceans, approaches and slows the rhythm of its flippers, drifting closer until it settles just above the coral. Even a moray eel, usually hidden in dark holes, coiled and wary of the open water, stretches its neck out of its burrow and waits patiently, its jaws opening and closing in slow, rhythmic breaths. The cleaner fish moves among them with impressive skill. It swims along the ray's body, removing parasites lodged between its wing-like fins. It dives into the folds of the turtle's skin, picking off small crustaceans called copepods, which cling to the shell much like ticks cling to a hippo's skin on dry land. With every peck, one more parasite disappears. With every visit, one more client leaves healthier than it arrived. This behavior has a name in science: mutualism. It's a relationship in which both sides come out ahead. The cleaner fish gets a plentiful, guaranteed meal without having to search for food on its own. And the ocean's giants, the sharks, the rays, the turtles, the massive reef fish, get a free health service that removes parasites, dead tissue, and even bacteria that could cause infections. But this trust wasn't built overnight. Many of these animals visit the same cleaning station over and over, almost like loyal patients returning to the same clinic. Some scientists studying this behavior have observed that larger fish seem to recognize specific stations and even specific individual cleaner fish, returning to the same spot week after week. A partnership built not in a single encounter, but over a lifetime of visits. The sun climbs higher in the sky, and the cleaning station gets busier and busier. A school of butterfly fish approaches, colorful and curious, waiting their turn. A humphead wrasse, giant and bulging-browed, approaches slowly, opening its mouth in an almost comical gesture for such a large animal. The cleaner fish swims in, completely unafraid, and gets back to work. But not everything about this relationship is perfect. Just as with the oxpecker and the hippo on dry land, scientists have found that this partnership has its complications too. Sometimes the cleaner fish isn't satisfied with just parasites. It also nips off bits of mucus and healthy skin tissue from its clients, causing small wounds. This means the relationship isn't always fully cooperative. At times, the cleaner fish behaves almost like a small opportunist, taking advantage of its client's trust to steal more than it should. Even so, the benefits outweigh the costs. Studies show that coral reefs with active cleaning stations have greater fish diversity and healthier populations of large predators. When researchers experimentally removed cleaner fish from certain reef areas, the results were significant. Other fish began abandoning the region, and those that stayed showed more parasites and signs of stress. The absence of the small cleaner had a ripple effect across the entire ecosystem. By midday, activity at the cleaning station reaches its peak. Fish of every size and color wait in line, some hovering in the water, others circling in small patient loops. The cleaner fish and its partners, because these stations are often run by small groups rather than a single individual, work nonstop. They swim from client to client, entering mouths, gliding over gills, picking parasites hidden in every fold of skin. Interestingly, the cleaner fish's behavior also reveals something about animal intelligence. Research has shown that these fish can recognize themselves in mirrors, a test generally reserved for animals considered highly intelligent, like dolphins, elephants, and some primates. They also seem to adjust their behavior depending on who's watching, being more careful and less likely to steal tissue when other clients are nearby, as if they know their reputation is on the line. In the afternoon, as the sunlight begins to tilt toward the horizon, activity at the cleaning station starts to slow. The day's last clients, a spotted eagle ray and a small group of surgeonfish, get their final touch-ups. The cleaner fish, exhausted after a full day of nonstop work, begins retreating into a coral crevice, where we'll spend the night protected from larger predators. And far out in the blue vastness of the open ocean, another shark is already approaching slowly, drawn by the same instinct that brought so many other giants here before. Its silhouette grows larger against the fading light, unhurried, confident, heading toward the one place on the reef where it knows it will be safe, even with its mouth wide open. The cycle that has repeated for longer than anyone can measure is about to begin again, quietly, without witnesses, the way it always has. Tomorrow, when the sun rises over the reef again, the cleaning station will open its doors once more. The same sharks, the same rays, the same turtles, and countless others will return, drawn by an instinct written deep into their behavior. An instinct that tells them this small patch of coral is where they can finally let their guard down. And the small cleaner fish, despite its tiny size, will keep being an essential piece in the health and balance of an entire ocean full of giants, tirelessly, one bite, one parasite, one client at a time. Because, in the end, nature teaches us that size doesn't determine importance. Sometimes, it's the smallest creature that holds the balance of the largest ones together, quietly proving that even in a world ruled by giants, survival often depends on the tiniest of hands.